Ferit flies with drawings to the company on all sales. Ifakit and Orhan say that his work is magnificent. And experts immediately noticed that these sketches were not drawn by Ferit. He admits that these are sketches of his ex-wife. Investors say that wins. Siren joins the project, they will sign all the documents. Orhan asks what will they do now? And Ifakit asks Firia to convince Siren and offer a job as an old friend. Senin's mother tells Kazm that Siren is not suitable as a daughter-in-law for the Kantari family. But it's Esma who tells her that they won't get a girl from this house. Meanwhile, Kazm followed Suna's blackmailer. He grabbed him and told him to confess everything. The man gave his name and said he worked in a jewelry store. Kazm asked about Abidin, but Shefki scared Kazm and told him to ask his daughter about it. San and Siren agree to have dinner tonight and tell their family everything. San calls his sister his mother's agent, but Nazan says she's an agent of both. After driving away from Siren's house, Senan suddenly notices Ferit Kurhan's car. He asks his driver to slow down, and Ferit shouts all over the street and calls for Siren. She asks him to shut up, afraid that someone will see. Sen watches them from the car. And Ferit tells Siren that investors really liked her work and they wanted to cooperate with her. Ferit asks, does she want to be the second best designer in the world, of course, after him? San nervously thinks, why are they smiling like that? Siren tells Ferit that he is afraid to go back to the hell of the Korhans. She says he's not and asks him to leave. Ferit recalls his grandfather's words that giving talent is a big sign. After Siren enters the house, Senan gets out of the car and goes to Ferit. He explains that he came here to visit Abdidin. Nazal, she prevented her brother from telling about Siren's marriage. Ayla's brother Mentes lies to his sister that his son, who is abroad, needs money. For Mintis being on her side with regard to Siren, Ayla says she will transfer the money now. In fact, Mintis lost a large sum. In Siren's head, Ferit's words are not to miss your chance and not betray your talent. Listening at Orhan's door, Nurten calls his daughter stupid. She offers the maid to hand over to her everything that is done in this house, but she says that she will not betray the place from which she receives bread. Aishan hears this conversation. Siren invites everyone to dinner in the evening. Suddenly Kazm comes and demands to open the door for him. Suddenly Shefki texted Suna that she would answer for her father. Entering the house, Kazm begins to manipulate Suna and achieves that he is also invited to dinner in the evening. After greeting Abidin and calling him his son-in-law, Kazm leaves. And in the Kantari family, Sinan also invites loved ones to the restaurant. Ferit tells Efakat that Siren did not agree as Senan does not give her freedom. Ifkat advises to be more stable and talk privately with Siren with the help of Abidin. Ferit calls Abidin and he agrees to help. He tells me that the whole family will be at the restaurant tonight. And Senan won't be there, but Kazm will be. Dyer, who was in Ferit's bathroom, overheard this conversation.